For this craft, I'm using a skull, and I'm going to turn it into a bust of a person. This is going to be a bit. So I have clay that you can get at the Dollar Tree or Walmart. This is going to be painted in the very end, so if you don't have the right color clay, you're going to paint it anyway, so it's okay. So basically, you want to soften your clay. I had used this for another project, as you can see. I like to repurpose my items. So I'm really not going to talk through this. I'm just going to continue to do what needs to be done, and if you have any questions, ask me in the comments below. But I believe you'll understand by watching. So right now, what I'm doing is covering the skull. And then I'm going to get into definition of his eyebrows and nose and all. So I'm going to shut this off and come back after the whole skull is covered. And then I'm going to show you how to do the eyebrows, the nose, and the mouth. His eyes were pretty simple. I just took those gems that you get at the Dollar Tree, the clear ones, and I painted them blue to have blue eyes. And I'm trying to mix most of my colors together to have enough to do the face. So now I'm going to work on the nose. You can have as big of a nose as you want or as small a nose as you want. So right now I'm just covering everything with clay, and then I will get back to sculpting it into actually a cool looking face for the bust. So right now I'm doing the nose. It's a little pinched up nose. And I have these tools that came with my clay that I got from the Walmart, and this is from one of those painter sponges that I'm using as a little rolling pin. So I will be back. I'm going to cover more of the face, and then we'll do the eyebrows and all while you're here, but little pinchy nose is what I have so far. So what I've done so far is cover pretty much the entire skull except for the lips. So you want to blend it in so you don't have a lot of lines when you go to get him done. So I'm going to work on his mouth right now. Here, because that's not his teeth, this is his teeth. This is what I'm using as a little rolling pin if I need one. Right now I'm just mashing up the black clay. So basically you don't want any of the skull to be shining through or showing through. And you blend it all together if you can. At times I've used the rolling pin to blend it together. So here's my nose that I've done. This is not blended enough. And then I'm going to work on his eyebrows. I wish I had enough of one color to do him because it'd be easier to see. I tried to use all, well, I did use all the light colors at first. Now all I have left is the darker colors. So you want to blend it in and not have a bunch of lines. So I've done his bottom lip. Could be her too. Get a little wig or make a wig out of mop hair or mops. I'm thinking a man would be easier to do than a woman, so that's what I'm going for. I'm going to give him kind of a pointy chin and then possibly a goatee. If you were to do a woman, you could put makeup on her. Now I need to do his top lip. So this is how he looks. There's his chin. I gave him a little bit of a pointy chin. Maybe it's too pointy. Here's his top lip. You can take your tools that you got with this and so here's his top lip. You can still see some of his teeth. I'd like a little bit of this to have more definition. His nose, I'm not a fan of his nose. I think I'm going to make it thicker up here. His nose. I think that looks a little better than his little pug nose that he had. He's going to need eyebrows. He looks funny with the different colors. Thank goodness I'm painting it. Just one eyebrow. He still needs eyelids and a mustache and then the definition in his hair and all. Here's his other eyebrow. Okay, he needs some eyelids. So I'm going to make this very thin to help give him eyelids. So that you can see this. You want to smooth it so that when you paint it, you don't actually see all the lines. Now, if you were doing a woman, you could put fake eyelashes on her. So he has the top eyelid. I'm going to take this so that I can make the eyelid straight. And he needs a bottom eyelid. He's actually kind of scary right now with all these different colors. So I'm just taking a little bit to do his bottom eyelid. Now for his bottom eyelid, his other eye. Now, he's going to need a mustache. He's got his lips. And I'm trying to dent that down so that he has definition to his lips. And then I have, he's going to need ears too, so I'm going to need more clay. So I am going to turn this off for a couple minutes and work on him. Okay, here's his eyebrows. So what I'm going to do is take this tool and put lines in his eyebrow. Quite a few. So when I put the paint over it, you'll be able to see that he has eyebrows. So his nose has holes in them. He's got his lips. I defined his chin, made his nose bigger, did his eyebrows. He's got eyelids. And now I'm going to do a mustache. So I have blue. I'm going to take my little rolling pin that I'm now calling it and roll this flatter. Okay. And it depends on how big you'd like his mustache. I'd like a little point on the end of his mustache because we're making a bust. So I'm thinking way back when they had different kinds of mustaches. So here's the one side. And then I have this for the other side. So you kind of want it flattened out. I have it into a point on one side. And here, it's a little much. So I'm going to take some off. If I took too much off, I'll add more. That's the beauty of clay. Let me flatten that out again. Redo it. So here's his mustache. And I'm going to take this stick again and put lines in it for the hair. Of his mustache. And for his hair, basically, I am going to put little lines in his head for his hair. You could build this up. You could just continue with the lines. I have to make him ears. He's going to need ears. So basically, I'm just putting lines in his scalp for his hair. You can do a lot on the back. You kind of want them to show up through the paint, so you're going to want to make them deep. You can do his hair any way you'd like. Now I'm going to work on his ears. So I have blue. You can have his ears sticking out. You can have them up against his head. It's entirely up to you. The more you play with the clay, the easier it is. So now I'm trying to shape this as best I can into like a circle for his ear. Flatten it out some. I'm going to take this tool and create an oblong effect for his ear. Now I'm going to do another one and try and make it look similar to this. So I have all my clay. Going to roll it. I'm going to use this as my template and cut off the excess. here's his ear. Looks kind of Dumbo-y, so fold it over if you need to. Maybe this side would be better. You can have his ears sticking out some. You could have them flat on his head. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to put one on the other side. There we go. I'm putting my hand like this so I can see if it's about the same spot for his ear. Now you have two ears that are nowhere even. There we go. Now you're going to want to put the circular pattern in that you have on your ear. I am most definitely not a good ear person. Making an ear. To a line. Then another line. Right? That's good enough. So we have to finish his hair. Wherever you'd like his hair to be. As long as you'd like his hair to be. So make as many lines as you'd like so that when you spray paint it, you can see the lines of his hair. So now that this is done, I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to spray paint it, and I will be back when it dries. I changed his ears. I just made the outline. Why waste the clay? And so now I'm going to spray paint him. This is what he looks like finished. I painted him silver. Here's his head. You can see his hair. I don't know why I did silver, but I've seen different busts in different colors. You could see the green in his hair, his nose, His mustache. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you come back to see more of my videos. If there's anything you want me to try to make, I'll be more than happy. I love ideas. Let me know what you would like me to make. Have a great day. Bye.